And so the breakout begins. Bitcoin pushing above 10,000, and the question now becomes, is 12,000 a potential target area to hit sometime this week? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the action we're seeing inside the chart right now. Grandma's cookies and a bottle of yo-ho-ho. Bitcoin has now pushed above the first resistance box here. As you all know, if you are subscribed, this range for me here from 9,700 to 9,900 was a significant area of bearish confluence. Now, we've crushed this range and we're coming up upon my second box of resistance. Do the bulls have not only what it takes to surge through this level, but do they also potentially have enough fuel in the tank to reach 12,000 potentially here in the near future? So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame. Clearly, the bulls have come in. They've defended the line deep down at my green box of tentative support, which for the time being right now has held as a bullish support. We saw that we had a heinous liquidation hunt right here. On a 5-minute candle again, ladies and gentlemen, we saw that the liquidation hunter bots came in and they flushed out the longs. So savage when you see the action that's taking place here right now, right? This candle here, the market movers, right? Their objective with that candle there was to liquidate longs piling up from this region. They liquidate it all, they clear the order book, and then what do you know, ladies and gentlemen? Right up through the resistance level, and now testing the number 2 level of resistance for me. So let's discuss now what's going on here. We have to understand that right now we are seeing another micro parabolic shape here. Of course, this can be very short-lived. We are right now on the 4-hour time frame pushing up to a very high level on the RSI, currently at a 62.48 at the time of recording. We should all know 70 begins overbought territory. If we flip over to the 1-hour RSI, we can see we are already in that overbought territory, currently at a 71.93. On the daily, we still are looking healthy here, ladies and gentlemen, to believe it or not, we are seeing now signs of potential bullish momentum here on the RSI, creating new higher lows and tentatively looking to stick in a higher high. We have not at this time, but if the trend right now can push us above the, let's see this level here, the 50.5 range-ish, 50.5 on the daily RSI, that would be a new higher high off of a series of higher lows, which would be inherently bullish. Let's get this crypto. Things to consider here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go back to the price chart now. Is that there has been a lot of resistance looming overhead here. Now, this to me, this blue box, all right, I'm actually going to switch this box now here to green, okay, so that we're not confusing the two anymore here. Let's change this to green, and this now should become new support. At least it has to, in order for the bulls to maintain momentum, in my opinion. And why This is classical technical analysis. Old resistance should now flip into new support if the trend is going to remain bullish. Let's get this crypto. So we've changed this box to green, and right now we have our looming overhead resistance here in the blue box. And this range for me, ladies and gentlemen, is from 10,150 roughly up to 10,250. So the confluence here in this range for me stems back all the way here to about July 15th. We could see this was an old support consolidation range before a bounce. Then it was purged. Then it was held again here, ladies and gentlemen, as new support, right? Then we get rejected. It acts as new resistance 3 times. So this whole blue box to me has a ton of past historic price action confluence here. So now, when we go back over to where we're at now, where did we get rejected, ladies and gentlemen? Where did we get rejected? Well, my friends, ding, ding, ding. Chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan. Our first major rejection here came right at the underbelly of the box. This is coming as no surprise to me, ladies and gentlemen. Don Carbonaccio was sniffing it out like a dog in a back alley. And right now, although we have seen some rejection here, the bulls may have enough steam to get us through this box. The big takeaway here, though, is going to be if the bulls get through this box, which for me, again, the top is at about 10,250. So let's say the bulls need to get above 10,300. The next task, ladies and gentlemen, is that they're going to need to be able to hold support here, just as I have this green box down here now, which used to be blue, and needs to hold as new support. If this box gets purged through, or rather surged through, I'm going to need to see that this box can then in fact turn green, act as support, and look to be the launching point to potentially get us to a new higher high, which for the time being is this one right here, which a new high would be at about 11,200. Let's get this crypto. So if that was a lot to absorb right there, now let's talk about this higher high here, right, and why this is important. Well, right now, the way that the trend has been going, since we had our peak here all the way back late June, roughly 14,000, we have been in a sustained bearish downtrend, sticking in lower highs and lower lows, inherently textbook bearish, right? So right now, in order to break this bearish trend, Bitcoin needs to stick in a higher high. And right now, this is our last higher high. And for the time being, we have already stuck in here a higher low, albeit this still could break down, because until we break above this region, right, the 11,200 high, we're still technically in bearish structure, right? We could go all the way up here to this box, stick in another lower high, and then plunge to a new lower low, you see, right? So until that new higher high comes in, the bears definitely still are in macro control, in my opinion, albeit things like the one-day RSI here looking very neutral to me, putting in levels of positive momentum here, right? Sticking in that higher low trajectory. Maybe we climb to a new higher high here, etc. Definitely showing some signs of positive activity here for the bulls. Also, something to notice, ladies and gentlemen, is that the volume is still very low here on the one-day time frame, still trending downwards really since, to be honest with you guys, the 14th of July. So this is, roughly 2 weeks at this point of straight declining volume. So this to me is also still weighing in favor of the bears here, as although we are seeing a bullish uptick in the price right now and a defense of this green level of support, we are still doing all of this on relatively low volume, which to me is worrisome, because maybe if we get rejected here, we may start to see some sell volume come in. But, also, let's play devil's advocate, right? If we do break to a new higher high, we could certainly see this volume start to rip on bullish speculation here as well. Let's get this crypto. So now, actually, if we zoom out here on the daily as well, right, I want to point this out, ladies and gentlemen, that so over here on the left are the Fibonacci extensions, right, from our parabolic all-time high back in 2017. The next range here, right? If we look back here, the next higher high that we'd need to get to, right, in my opinion, from 11,200 ish, right, up in this vicinity. The parabolic extension here lines up almost perfectly with this area as well. So for me, there is some confluence there for a potential target from the algorithm bots, right? Because these bots, ladies and gentlemen, they're not human, right? They're programmed off of it's a code, it's an algorithm, right? It's a script. So it's reading a formula, and a lot of times they do play off of these Fibonacci extensions as, generic targets. So for me to see that this 0.5 fib lines up right at about 11,500, which is a break to a new higher high, but then also finding confluence right inside this resistance box up here, that does look promising to me, ladies and gentlemen, as a potential area the bots could look to push this up to. Now, in terms of the $12,000 target, that's the reason that I'm stating 12,000 is purely just because that's the top of this red box here. I think it's a long shot, but we have to understand that breaking to a new higher high here, which is not going to be easy in my opinion, we still have to break through not one, not two, not three, but essentially, ladies and gentlemen, 4 areas of significant resistance, which is here, 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 and then a break to a new higher high. That to me, ladies and gentlemen, is 4 levels of major resistance here for Bitcoin, all while the current micro RSIs are getting overextended or very close to being overextended here, right? All while the NVT, don't forget about the NVT, ladies and gentlemen, is still trading below the 150 level, which historically has been absolutely disastrous for the Bitcoin macro trend. Of course, past performance is not indicative of future results, but the NVT, ladies and gentlemen, it's still under this level. And if we are sustaining price action under this level on this indicator, to me, we're still seeing, bearish indications here, in my opinion, which also brings me over to look at the Google Trends data here for Bitcoin. This is worldwide data, past 5 years. You can see clearly, ladies and gentlemen, some of our lowest readings here, actually the lowest, were 7s and 8s. This was in February and March of 2019. And if we go out and we look at where the price action was in February and March of 2019, ladies and gentlemen, that was this whole area right here, right? The doldrums of the bear market where, average Joe and James at the water cooler, they were all frolicking in the fields, right, playing games with their moon boy degenerate brothers, sisters, whatever they're doing, but they surely were not in the market at this time, right? So that's why we were seeing the readings go so low. And now, since we've started this parabolic uptrend, you can see we've built a series of higher highs, right? Higher lows and higher highs. That's textbook bullish. But right now, the trend is in a very unique spot, purely because look at our last low, right? It was an 11 back in June. Then we climbed to a new higher high here with our uptick to our current high. Then we've dropped off now with our impartial data here, right? It's still not, it says right here, values for this point have partial, parentheses, incomplete data available. So this can change. But as of right now, we currently are at the point of if we fall below an 11, this would be the first creation here of a new lower low on the macro Google Trends data. That is not what I want to see here, as that would break the trend structure. You see what I'm saying? We've currently had a higher high, stuck in a low, new higher high, stuck in a higher low, right? The prior low here was a 9, this low was an 11. Then we climbed to a new higher high. And essentially this dump here, we'd want to have made a low above an 11, as the last one was an 11. But I'll take it if it can hold at an 11, right? If it's going to be lower than 11, this is breaking trend structure. Of course, this doesn't have to mean a whole bunch of anything, but if we are examining this data for what it is, breaking below an 11 here would be a new lower low, and that is indicative of a break in trend structure, which would not be healthy for the bulls, in my opinion. Let's get this crypto. Also here, crypto fear and greed index. At the time of the last update, which was before this pump today took place, all the way to above 10,000 here, we were still seeing levels of fear in this market, albeit we are starting to climb out of the trenches right now. So to me, this is still looking very bearish here. Of course, there is still potentially upside that we could be looking to get some more FOMO into the market after breaking this blue region as we approach that level to potentially stick in a new higher high, right? We could see some FOMO come back in. I'd love for this metric to hold at 11 or close at above an 11 here on the Google Trends data to keep that to keep that higher low trajectory intact. Because right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you right now that if Bitcoin fails to stick in a higher high here, right, meaning above 11,000, roughly 11,200 is where we need to get to. If we cannot break above there, this is going to look like classic textbook continuation of a bearish breakdown and a bearish correction, which could lead us to a plunge deep down into the crypto abyss. And you all know, ladies and gentlemen, either way that this market breaks, Don Carbanaccio is looking to crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. Right now, I'm developing strategies for everything that I just outlined, right? You see, I've already got all of my rejection points lined up. I already see that the support is being defended and held on the bottom. But if it breaks, what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen? All these moon boy degenerates, right? These sassafras, muffin top, moon boy degenerates. They're going to get caught like a deer in the headlights and take that trip to Wrecked City. Don Carbanaccio is not looking to take that trip to Wrecked City, ladies and gentlemen. Don Carbanaccio is looking to crush this market and get this crypto. And right now, I see major, potentially life-changing trading opportunity looming here in the immediate trend, not only to the upside for the bulls, but also potentially to the downside for the bears. Because also, my friends, do not forget here that we still do, on our futures chart here, the CME futures chart, we still do have that unfilled gap here looming in the shadows between 89.64 and 8,500. Let's get this crypto. Does it have to fill? Absolutely not. But have many gaps in this chart filled historically? Absolutely. So am I ruling it out of the cards here? Not at all. My friends, this right now seems to me like the volatility is going to be coming back into this market very, very aggressively. As we all know, unless you've been living under a rock, the volatility has certainly let up here over the course of the past week. We've been trading in a sideways equilibrium chop, and now, for the first time in quite some time, the bulls have come back. The volatility, in my opinion, is about to come back, and we're coming up upon critical areas in this trend right now. As I formulate my strategies, make my trades, make my entries, take my exits, take my profits, I'm going to be posting every trade I make and every strategy I formulate exclusively for you in VIP, around the clock, 24/7. To the absolute exact second that I take my trade and plot my strategy, I'm going to be posting it for you in VIP. Shout out to my VIPs and shout out to all of my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. I can only do these updates here on YouTube once per day, but in VIP, I'm posting around the clock, 24/7 as the action unfolds. Do not be getting wrecked here. Do not be getting caught like a deer in the headlights. Don Carbanaccio is planning for success here. If you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. Do not fail to plan, ladies and gentlemen. I plan for every direction you can see, to the upside, to the downside, sideways, whatever it is, while these moon boys live on a hope and a dream, closing their eyes, crossing their fingers. Oh, Don, oh. I'm looking at this market like a realist, as somebody that's ready to get down to business, down to work, and crush this market. If you do not plan in advance, how do you plan to succeed? You're playing a game against the best in the world. If you are not striving and thriving to become one of the best, then how do you expect to win the game? Each and every day, I strive to get better. Each and every day, I hunger for more inside this market. And I'm going to be posting every trade I make, every strategy I formulate, etc., exclusively for you all in VIP. So shout out to all of my new future VIPs. I will see you all in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. I'm fired up, I'm hungry, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. So guys, right now, we see that we are at a key resistance point here. If this breaks, are the bulls going to get this rally? If so, is this region here going to become a large resistance to keep the macro bearish trend intact? That is what we need to see. Or is this level right here, the blue level that we're testing up at about now between 10,200 and 10,300, is this going to be the new the new lower high? We have to wait and see here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking for confirmations. This is why I'm saying in VIP, I'm posting around the clock 24/7. Right now, I'm glued to the chart, looking at it with an eagle eye, ready to strike when opportunity presents itself. And as this trend continues to develop, I expect the volatility is going to pick up here as well. So guys, right now I'm ready to go. I hope you see all of the scenarios that I've outlined here. Lots going on. Very exciting times in this market, and I'm ready to crush it. Are you? Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. So guys, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Don't be getting caught like a deer in headlights here. The opportunities are arising here, in my opinion, and I'm personally looking to strike upon them when I see however this trend is going to play out. So guys, I will see you all in VIP. Shout out to all of my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. I'm ready to crush this market. Are you? Let's get this crypto. So until next time, guys, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.